Today's collectible spot, we're having a look at the Nanoblock. I guess this is Nanoblock. Well, we got NBCO001. As you can see, it is the Lion with over 90 pieces. This small bag contains 90 pieces of micro-sized building blocks. I picked this up at Toys R Us, and while I see this already going to be a problem for Spot, a very frustrating project ahead of me, I figured I'd pick this up and I'd review it, because they look pretty cool indeed. I love Lego. I don't know, maybe I'll like Nanoblock. Anything on the back? The smaller it is, the more realistic it becomes. Nanoblock is a micro-sized building block system with its smallest piece being a mere 4x4 by 5 millimeters. Challenging and fun for all the construction enthusiasts in the family, Nanoblock lets you build in greater detail than ever before. This is designed by Kawada in Japan. It is patent pending, and you can go to www.mynanoblock.com. Attention, attention, products and colors may vary. What I am going to do is take probably an extended break. I'm going to put together the Lion. Hopefully it's not going to take Spot very long. But when we come back, we're going to have a look at the finished Lion from Nanoblock. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And some substantial time has elapsed. When you finish putting together your Nanoblock micro-sized building block Lion, you have yourself this. It's really interesting, but really, really frustrating. You know what? Actually, before we actually have a look at that, let me just bring out the manual. This is the manual that came with the Nanoblock. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like learning to draw books where they give you a circle, and then the next panel they give you a circle with a couple other circles, and then the last panel it's a rabbit. Lego, I shouldn't really use any comparisons, but when you have other building sets, generally they do one piece to one piece, or they have one piece with several pieces attached. No, look at step one. Step one is add this layer of bricks, which are of course all loose from one another, so you kind of have to hold them together or just remember where they fall onto the bottom layer. And then you're just adding layers as opposed to individual pieces. Then you get to the area with the legs, and it's like, what's going on? What's going on over here? Again, ultimately, when you're finished, and you finished with only 6 steps, I might add, when you finish putting that together, you have this. Now, to put it in perspective as to how big these bricks are, here's one of the smallest bricks. Now, there is actually a 1 brick that's a little bit smaller. That is an extremely small brick. So small, in fact, that some of the instructions actually tell you to... Now, this is a bad example, but on the underside, some of the bricks actually have dividers in between. I don't know if you can see it right underneath there. One of those bricks, see there's a little divider in between there. Some of them actually tell you to alternate them so that these would be running the opposite way if you're stacking one on top of the other. The reason why they do that is because these bricks are very, very fragile. You can even see the poor lion's tail is falling off. It doesn't take much at all for these pieces to come off. There's very little keeping them together. I can also see why. You can see here too, like some of the pieces are coming loose. You can also see why they've opted to give you a base. Without this base, these legs would just fall right off. There would be nothing keeping these legs together. There's the front of the lion. You can see that he's got like a couple of eyes. He's got his nose, mouth going on, his mane. It's neat. But I don't know if I would necessarily say I had a good time building it. It was definitely a pain in the you-know-where. And at the end of the day, as meticulous and as micro as these bricks were, I don't know if I really had a great time putting it together. Now, other building sets I like putting together. I always have a fun time putting them together. But I would say with Nanoblocks here, this is definitely a very niche market. This is definitely something for somebody who likes intricate pieces. I still have some extra pieces inside the bag here. These were extra loose pieces that weren't part of the line. I probably could have given him a shoulder-mounted cannon or a jetpack or something like that. But would I recommend it? Yes, but only to somebody that really enjoys intricate Lego. Like the ones that could spend hours and days and weeks and months putting together a set. For somebody who I consider myself just a casual brick builder, I would not necessarily invest in something like a nano block because, again, I just kind of look at it as novelty. It's fun if you like intricate things and you just like a little small project, something that can encompass the entire afternoon. But take it as it is. That's, again, only my opinion. But I will say this. The idea of working with small bricks definitely was an interesting experience, to say the least. If you guys have tried the nano blocks, by all means, you guys can let me know down below. Maybe there are people out there that really like the nano blocks or really like micro-sized building blocks. For me, it's just really not my cup of tea. Today's collectible spot, however, we were having a look at the Nanoblocks NBCO001. We're having a look at the Lion. Thanks for watching, guys. Certainly stick around. More collectible spots are heading your way. See you guys next time.